All right, now we have the Dre Bone, My Saddest Day. Some BTH archaeology. So, rip it off. Getting that same old feeling like opening the CDs back in the day. Ripping that plastic off. Luckily, there's none of that, when they started putting those little sticker labels around the spine that you had to rip off after you took off all the plastic? That used to really drive me nuts. But luckily here, this was before that time. And we have Dre Bone, My Saddest Day, the EP. See, My Saddest Day, Choke the Herb, Tripping with the Fiends, lots of people, studio talk. And then we got the Spine, My Saddest Day, the EP, Dre Bone. And even has STR-70100 on the spine. Here's the front cover. And look at that CD, it's red. It's got Dre Bone in a semi-bone font. Look at that. Dre Bone in, it's not quite Old English, but it's that bone font. All right, a quick examination of the cover. It says Only Son to Vigilante, My Saddest Day, Born, Died, 1956 to 1990. And then Dre Bone, and it's all in that bone font. And then taking a look at the CD itself, we see Dre Bone, My Saddest Day, the EP, in those bone letters. And then on the right side, we do see STR 70100 1996, Kerrison Music BMI. That same Kerrison Music was on the Mr. Money Loc as well. Here's something interesting. I expected to see Stony Brook, but we have Stay True Records. It's really hard to read. P.O. Box 21820, South Euclid, Ohio. 44121-4. Yeah, I can't. It's hard to see. Hitmen. So Stay True and Hitmen. Cleveland One Shop. So there's that Cleveland One Shop, one-stop shop. Yeah, it says manufactured and distributed by East Cleveland One Shop. One Stop. East Cleveland One Stop. And we saw that on the Mr. Money Loc as well. And I think maybe on the Bone Enterprise. I can't remember. But it's not the first time I'm seeing that. But it's a good-looking CD. Red. And we have the yellow. Notice we got some more yellow on that left side there. Not the disc, but that panel. So they really like that yellow. And it's another perfectly pressed disc. I'm wondering if these were all made in that Cleveland One Shop, One Stop. So now we got this back here. Stay True Records. Stay True Hitmen, South Euclid, Ohio. Got a casket in the back there. No Stony Brook mention. All right, let's take a look at the inside cover here. Actually, first, let's just quickly look at this. I don't see anything else that I missed the first time. Stay True Hitmen, Stay True Records. Have the address. Got a casket in the background. And a quick examination of the back tray. It's the track titles, got the address, and we got the logos. And just at the bottom, the only words there, Stay True Records. Now, let's take a look at the inside. Thanks to my creator, whom I believe in, for making it possible for me, my partner David Big Mir Murphy for staying true to this, Stony Brook for the boost, Hitman Andre Townsend, Diego Black, Louis BJ Body, Ralph Rock, Michiko Hodge, Hit Women, to my father June, Dog, and Linda Greer, God bless, for putting work to get me here, to all the Platinum Label Group artists and staff, and to the public for supporting this project. Now, that Platinum Label Group, you'll remember seeing that in the Bone Enterprise album cover as well. And obviously you see names like Diego Black, Stony Brook, Ralph Rock in that mix. What else do we have? This project is dedicated to my wonderful mother, Linda Ann Greer. May she rest in peace. 1. My Saddest Day, written by Dre Bone, featuring Terry Scott of Soul Food, courtesy of Jamit Recordings. Produced by Low Keyshawn Down. Recorded at Pet York Studio. 2. Choke the Herb. Written by Dre Bone featuring I Be Fresh of DAO. Produced by EQ for Noise in the Cellar and Dre Bone. Recorded at Masterworks Studio. 3. Trippin' with the Fiends. Written by Dre Bone featuring The Shiesty One. Produced by EQ for Noise in the Cellar and Leon Scratch Master L. McFarland. Recorded at Masterworks Studio. 4. Lots of N-Words. Written by Dre Bone featuring Pook Money of Raw Ice. Produced by Dave Spice Paisley. Recorded at The Art Studio. Now all that I remember from the Money Loc as well. 5. Studio Talk. Written by Dre Bone and Big Mir, courtesy of Stay True Records. Produced by Ed Fat Skills Banks. recorded at GTR Studio. Executive producers David Murphy, Diego Black, and Sanders Henderson. All songs mixed at Midtown Studio, Cleveland, Ohio. All songs mastered at Hit Factory, New York, New York. 1996, Karasan Music BMI, all rights reserved. Album artwork cover, Ray Ruffin. Management, Diego Black for DRC Inc. Marketing consultants, Hitmen Street Marketing. Manufactured and distributed by Stay True Records, P.O. Box 21820, South Euclid, Ohio 44121, 216-249-7200, extension 9300, 216-840-1829, and fax 216-249-1612. Warning, unauthorized reproduction of this recording is prohibited by federal law and subject to criminal prosecution and a good ass whipping. That's the same thing that was in Bone Enterprise as well as Mr. Moneyloke. Now, if you made it this far, this, I think, is the gem of everything. Current releases also available. Mr. Moneyloke, No Fear, No Pain, which is strange. How is that in there? SBR-7213. Bone Enterprise, Faces of Death, SBR 70020. And I can't believe my eyes. What is this? Bone Enterprise, Sons of Assassins, SBR-71999. Did you guys catch that? Bone Enterprise, Sons of Assassins, and the number is 7, because all of them start with 7, but 1999, E1999. We have to find this. Now, on the Faces of Death album, there are 2 songs with similar titles, track 5 and track 7. Track 5 is Sons of Assassins, and track 7 is Number One Assassin. So, either Sons of Assassins is a single that we need to get our hands on, or it's a complete other Bone Enterprise album. But we have it here, and it's not just a coming soon. It says also available Sons of Assassins, and it has a number, a catalog number. Are you guys seeing this? Bone Enterprise, Sons of Assassins, SBR-71999. How did none of us hear about this? If you know about this, here's what we need. Okay, somebody reach out to the people in Cleveland. If you know anybody from this, what is this? Sons of Assassins. We're missing, everybody's got Faces of Death. We know Cecil has all those various versions. We know that Frank 216 DNA Level C just sent Cecil a version of Faces of Death that he didn't have. But what is this? What is this? Sons of Assassins. Current releases also available. Bone Enterprise, Sons of Assassins. I mean, even if it is the song Sons of Assassins, we need to get our hands on it for the collection. Nobody that I know of has the Sons of Assassins. If it's a maxi CD single, if it's a CD single, if it's a cassette single, is there a B-side to it? Is the B-side a song that was on Faces of Death? The singles that we know of from Faces of Death were Flow Motion and Everyday Thing. We didn't know anything about Sons of Assassins other than it was a song on the album. We saw the copyright date was 1996 on this Dre Bone album, as was the Mr. Moneyloke, as was the Bone Enterprise Faces of Death re-release, the original 93, re-released 96. So, and also we got to find out Bone in 93, 94, 95, I guess 94, actually I guess 94 they hit it with Ruthless at that point, the 9-quat. But nonetheless, I'm reiterating it because I'm pretty shocked right now. Sons of Assassins is a release. Can you imagine if it's an entire new album? I know a lot of you aren't really feeling Faces of Death, but imagine another 10 tracks. What could those be? And think of, even if you don't like Faces of Death, a lot of people make fun of us for covering Faces of Death, but those 10 songs, did they not change the way you thought about Bone? Just having Flow Motion, the original in your mind, Hell Sent, Everyday Thing, even the song Sons of Assassins kind of leads into discovering where the original idea Crazy Mo must have had for Night Riders, changing the pitch of his voice. Because on Sons of Assassins, the song, Crazy Bone is rapping in, like, they turn up the pitch on his voice. So it's very reminiscent of Night Riders. So, there's another 10 song. Imagine getting another 10 songs. Even if Sons of Assassins is repeated on it, there should still be other new tracks. So this may be where it's at. And this may be also why when we ask about any unreleased songs, sometimes it's like, well, yeah, the answer is kind of like, well, maybe it's because it already came out on Sons of Assassins and just nobody has a copy of it. Or maybe this is a misprint, but I mean, there it is, dude. Sons of Assassins, above Faces of Death. It's not like it's a song on Faces of Death. It has its own catalog number, and the catalog number is indicating East 1999 Eternal with SBR-7199999. I hope you guys right now are doing Google searches, texting people, messaging people. What does this mean? This is the first I've heard of it. If this is old news to you, go ahead and show it off in the comments. Let us know that this is old news, because to me, this is the archaeological dig discovery. This was an archaeological dig sponsored by Frank 216 DNA Level C, who sent us these for excavation, and we conducted the excavation. We went through the Mr. Money Loc discs, and we're on this Dre Bone right now. And even the name Dre Bone. Was he down with Bone Enterprise? Was Dre Bone? Imagine if Dre Bone was Fishbone. And is this Dre Bone like Flesh and Bone had a solo album? What does Dre Bone have to do with Bone Thugs or Bone Enterprise? He's not quite Stony Brook, but Stony Brook was mentioned. It's Stay True Records, Hitmen, and it has some of the same stuff that the Mr. Money Loc had on it. What is this? Dre Bone. It has Faces of Death advertised along with this new info, Sons of Assassins. All right, I'm speculating, right? But remember that Lazy Bone appears courtesy of Jam It Recordings in the Faces of Death cover, and we saw that old picture of Lazy Bone with K-Chill, and we know that Lazy Bone later on came out with an album called Number One Assassin, and that also was his alias back then. So maybe the Sons of Assassins, could that be like an unreleased Lazy Bone album featuring members of Bone? Possibly Dre Bone being on it? Possibly Mr. Money Loc being on it? I don't know what Sons of Assassins is other than a song on Bone Enterprise. But, what is this? Now, the other side of the coin is, if there was unreleased Bone Enterprise material, you figure Kermit Henderson would have cashed out on that by now. But maybe there was no time. Maybe he couldn't. But the Lazy Bone unreleased album, we all kind of assume it exists. K-Chill kind of alluded to it with the picture. We don't really know, though. Are they just releasing a single? So, I don't know. It's all speculation, but we all have this new information. Maybe it's old information, but to me, it's new. We need some answers. So please drop those in the comments and conduct your own investigation. We're bringing you to the water. We need you guys to help finish it off. Also, if anybody knows the story behind why Mr. Money Loc is crushing the Faces of Death album cover on his album cover, that also, again, if we can't know, if it's not a good idea to let that info out, obviously don't risk anybody's safety or freedom. But if it's a story that's able to be told, that would be an interesting story to know. Because I'm sure as a Bone fan, you're probably wondering, why is this guy crushing a Bone Enterprise, a Bone Enterprise of all albums, right? Bone Enterprise Faces of Death. Although, one of the things we still haven't got the full answer is the impact Faces of Death had on the Cleveland area. Maybe it was nothing. We did ask it a few times, but we still haven't captured the full details of the release of the CD, the impact at the time from 93. Obviously in 96 on the re-release, after Bone was a big deal, it probably was a bigger deal, but I wonder how it was originally received. But either way, Sons of Assassin, and why is Mr. Money Loc crumbling up Faces of Death of all albums on his album cover? Why would that be part of his album cover? Other than, I guess, he was the new guy replacing Bone, but who knows? I hope you found this information astounding. I know it didn't come till 5 minutes into the video. I know I'm grandstanding here, but I'm still like, my mind is blown. Sons of Assassins, have we missed this all these years? And the fact that it was in a Dre Bone album cover that we discovered this. Dre Bone. I've always wondered, like, man, there must be something in that Dre Bone. Dre Bone. Who the heck is Dre Bone? Is he part of Bone Enterprise? What is Dre Bone? And what is Sons of Assassins? We know Sons of Assassins and Number One Assassin are 2 tracks on Faces of Death. So is it a single? Is it a maxi CD? Is it a full album? Is it a Lazy Bone solo album? It has a catalog number, and it's referencing East 1999. Well, thanks for watching Beyond the Harmony. On behalf of Cecil West, I'm Jonathan Lippian. We are out of here.